Hello friends, we have done some good work on phonetics. You have, as we have seen, we had 18 classes, and I think that it will be a good introduction to you to pronunciation and to phonetic symbols and also sounds, speech sounds, distinction between vowel letters and vowel sounds, then also a skill. You have learned the skill to refer the dictionary and find out the pronunciation or correct your pronunciation, or what would you like to call it. Now, I will ask you a question, and that question is, we are all human beings, isn't it? I am a human being, you are human beings, Indians are human beings, Americans are human beings, and yes, Africans are human beings, we are all human beings. Like that, I am just showing a comparison. The sounds that we have studied, that is from the first one per to, we have come to, let's say, vowels and then diphthongs, like that. We have come up to O, isn't it? That is the diphthong, O. Now, this 44, these are speech sounds. Speech sounds. Okay. That means humans can make these sounds. There are more speech sounds, but for the time being you understand it like this. Humans can make sounds like this and use those sounds for speaking, communication, for communicative events. That's what is meant by saying speech sounds. Okay. Now these are only speech sounds. Just as we are humans. We are humans. Human beings. Human beings. These are speech sounds. But the moment you have a geographical boundary, you have a government, and you have got a power, but you got sovereignty there. Then you will call that a state. State or a nation. And when we human beings, we are human beings, and when we become members of India, the Indian state or the Indian nation, what will we call us? We are human beings, general, but we call that we are citizens. 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 See, human beings now have become citizens. Why? Because we belong to a nation. We belong to a state, the Indian state, or you can say the Indian nation, the great Indian nation. Understand? So then our status changes. Our status from human being to citizen. You understand that? Same person, but now we have become citizens. Same with Americans, Australians, Africans, or humans become citizens. Like that, now is the comparison. See, the similarity, the analogy you can say, and that is like that. These sounds, p, b, t, d, k, g, f, v, t, d, s, z, sh, j, h, m, n, ng, l, r, o, and y. Plus e, a, o, then okay, and you have got a, I, O, then O, E, O, and A. So 44 sounds. They are sounds. speech sounds. Okay? Just as we are human beings, they are speech sounds. Now what happens to the human beings? When you belong to a particular nation, you are called citizens. Exactly like this. When these sounds belong to a particular language, see that word belong, then you call them not phonetic symbols but phonemes. That is a new term for you. Phonemes. Phonemes. Singular phoneme. Phoneme. So what is a phoneme? A phoneme is a speech sound which belongs to a particular language. That is the thing. Or there is another word for that. We call it another expression. Phonemes are language specific. Phonemes are language specific. That means phonemes or simple language say belong to a particular language. Phonemes, speech sounds, just as we are human beings. But when we belong to a country, we are called the citizens of the country. Like that, when the speech sounds belong to a particular language, these speech sounds are called the phonemes. Or we say language specific. Is that clear? So now what is a phoneme? The definition of phoneme. A phoneme is a sound that belongs to a particular language. Imagine this analogy, similarity, that is human beings become citizens because you belong to a country. Like that, the definition of phoneme, if you take phoneme, they are speech sounds. Phonemes. Phoneme, phoneme. And now this means speech sounds. First you are going to note is that speech sounds that belong to a particular language, or to be what we must say more scholarly. You want to become scholarly, or you can say phonemes are language specific. Means specific to a language. Thus, how many phonemes are there in English? 44. 24 vowel phonemes, so consonant phonemes, 12 vowel phonemes, and 8 diphthong phonemes. See, I told you, the status shifts when it is taken by a language. These 44 sounds have been taken by or accepted by English language. So they are English phonemes, English speech sounds. Now, same sounds may be, few of them may be taken by French, and they may have some other added. That is the point. That's what I am trying to tell you. I hope you understand. That's point number 1. In the process of definition of phoneme, this is the first point to remember. They are the property of a particular language. Thus, English has 44 phonemes. Okay. Now the second question there is, why do we have phonemes? Why should we have phonemes? If you look at this, you can see what is the function of phoneme. What we say, second point is function. What is the function of phoneme? Why should we have phoneme? Why are we citizens? Because we have a duty. We have rights and duties. So phonemes also have a duty. They have their duties. Duties of phonemes. Or functions. function. Now you look at this. You will find that. Pin. Okay. This is, I am writing this in phonetic script. Pin. And then bin. Now this is, how many words are there here? 2. So you call them a pair. You call them a pair. Pair. There are 2. Now this pair has a pet name. You know what is the pet name? Small pair, or what we say, minimal pair. Minimal. Not minimum, but minimal. Don't say minimum pair, but pair, but the minimal pair. Then what is the definition of a minimal pair? 2 words. See that? 2 words. Among them, there you have 2 words. One is pin and the other one is pin. Between them, there is difference only in one sound. See, for example, we can see, and see, I will write here in. In. Is there any difference? No difference. But is a pin. Pin. Is there any difference? No difference. But the moment you replace this P, substitute by a B, the word changes. The word changes its meaning. So what is the cause of this change of meaning? The change of meaning is caused by when you substitute one phoneme by another, there is a change of meaning. And this can be proved by taking minimal pair. In this minimal pair, here you have got one sound, here you have got another sound. So in this pair you will find only between them there is only one sound is different. And that makes all the difference. So that means what? That means P and B, they are distinctive. Distinctive. Or we say contrastive. They are distinctive or contrastive. What is contrastive means? When one is replaced by another, the situation changes, the meaning changes. So it is contrastive. Now I am standing here as a teacher. One of you come here and replace me. That means our relationship in the class is contrastive. You are changing the color of the class. You are changing the position, my position and your position. I go and sit there, I become a student. You understand that? So like that, what happens is that when something is replaced by another, if there is a meaning change, that means if one sound is replaced by another, causing a meaning change of meaning, you say that those sounds are contrastive. And this can be seen by taking minimal pair. See, again I will tell you. See, P is replaced by a S, then it is sin. See that? And here, B, suppose you are replaced by T, then it becomes tin. Tin. See that? Did you get that? Shin, like this. Shin. And you have got a shin and you have got pin, sin. One is shin, the other is, you can say mint, no? An example, where also one sound, one difference between shin and sin, yes, that can be. I do not want to write sin here because sin is here also. But these two are contrasting. See that? Or you can say pet, set, get, and met. See? You can see here, the phonemes in the language, they are contrastive. All of them are contrastive. Why? Because when you replace one phoneme by another, there is a meaning change. There are 44 of them. You can see all the 44 you can test like this. You can use minimal pair test. First point is, what is minimal pair? Two words, between them there is difference of only one phoneme. And in this case you can see this is a minimal pair, this is another minimal pair, because the difference is sir and t. Shin and sir. This is a minimal pair, this is another minimal pair, this is another minimal pair. So when you see this minimal pair, what you understand is, when you replace one phoneme by another in a minimal pair, the meaning of the second one where the replacement takes place changes. So what happens? We say they are in contrastive relationship. They are in contrastive relationship, or they are distinctive. Each one is distinctive. You understand? So therefore, second point is, the function of a phoneme is to show difference. Show difference between words, or you can say utterances. UTT, utterance means words. Yes, utterances. So that is the second point now. How will you show that? This pin is different from bin because P is substituted by B. That means both are contrastive. Here sin S is substituted by T here, then meaning changes. And meaning changes takes place because both are in contrastive, both are contrastive. Or distinctive we can say. One is different from the other. That is, or you can say duties of the phonemes are, or functions of the phonemes are, to show difference between words. Pack is different from, see, say pack is different from, pack is different from crack, you cannot say, then it won't be minimal pair, you can say, let's say like this, cat, okay. Cat is different from pack. See that? Or both the sounds are same. The difference is only in one. So what happens? Both becomes, they become two different words. So that is the function of the phoneme. Suppose there is no difference, then there can be no word, different words. All the phonemes in a language are in contrastive relationship. Means when one is replaced by another, the meaning changes. That is the thing. So what is the function of this? Can be shown by minimal pair test. Because in minimal pair, what happens is there is only one, the difference is only of one sound. And that one sound can create such a tremendous meaning change. That means sounds are in contrastive relationship. Understand? So that is the second point. First, phonemes are language specific. Second, phonemes are in contrastive relationship. Or I will put it in another way, that is, you have got 44 phonemes now. So P is a phoneme and it stands in contrastive relationship with all the 43 phonemes, other 43 phonemes. What does that mean? In a word beginning with P, you substitute with any other phoneme, then the word changes its meaning. So they are in contrastive relationship. Understand? That is the meaning. Or again you can say, P is P because it is not T, D, K, G, F, V, T, D, etc. Why P? Or you can say in this class, you can say example. Each one of you in this class sitting here, you are in contrastive relationship. That doesn't mean you are fighting, because you are Ashok. You are Ashok because you are not Tom. You are torn because you are not assured. So each one is distinctive. You are Shirley because you are not Sita. You are Sita because you are not Shirley. So that is contrastive relationship. Understand? Or another example I will tell you. Suppose three of you come here. Ashok, Tom and Keshu. You come here and stand here. So you are a group. How much you can say three of you are a group. Now I want to change the composition of the group. I remove one Ashok and bring Shirley. Then the group changes. Why? Because when one person is substituted to another, the group changes means you are in contrastive relationship. Or distinctive. You can create changes like that. All the phonemes are in distinctive or contrastive relationship. As such, their function is to show the difference between words. One word is different from another because it has got another set of phonemes. See, for example, I said that pack. Pack is different from crack. Yes. Because why? What is the difference? This has one set of phonemes. This has another set of phonemes. Understand? Phonemes change. That is the reason. Why one class is different than other class? Because you have one set of students, they have got another set of students. Suppose all are the same human beings. Then how can you distinguish? Cannot distinguish. Why one country is different from another? Same thing. Every country in the world is in contrastive relationship. It's a difference. That is how you see the difference. Indians, Americans, Africans, etc. You differentiate them. So to differentiate between utterances, that is the function of phonemes. I think now that is clear to you. Like that you can say, T is T because it is not the other 43. K is K because it is not the other 43. So always that distinction is there. You have got a family name. Okay? You don't have the same, another person does not have the same family name. If you have same family name, then they are not in contrastive relationship, they are in some other relationship. That is, you can say, complementary. Okay, forget about that term now. Suppose in a locality, all the houses have the same name. You cannot distinguish. See that? You cannot distinguish. You remember in Alibaba and 40 thieves. All the doors are the same number, so the thieves could not, the chief of the thief could not identify which door. If you want to identify and say something is different, then there has to be distinctive features. Distinctive features. Again I tell you, both of you, Ashok and Tom, you have distinctive features. You are short, the other one is tall. Many such distinctive features. So you are different person. So one word is differentiated from the other because they have got different set of phonemes or sounds. Understand? In writing, in our orthography, this in writing, what happens is you have different spellings. Yes. So different pronunciations. So I hope you understand what is distinctive. Now we can, what is minimal pair? Means two words. They have same except in one sound. Such a pair is called a minimal pair. You can see bin, tin, sin, shin. These are all minimal pairs. So two aspects of or characteristics of phoneme we have seen. One, phonemes are language specific. Two, they are distinctive. And therefore they can show difference between words. Understand? So we can say like this, phonemes are, then one more aspect is there. For example, if you say p, We call it the smallest unit of the language. Smallest unit of sound unit, you can say. Smallest sound unit of English. Of English. Now, how do you know this is the smallest one? You try to break it. If you can break it, then that is not the smallest one. So if I say like this pen is the smallest form of a pen. This is wrong because I can break it. Just got a cap, just a pen, still it remains a pen. Without cap also you can write. Understand? It has that existence. Now if I say like this, per is the smallest unit of English. Smallest unit of English. You say that, some of you say that, no, it is not the smallest unit. Then I will say, come on, you show. What is the other way? What is the way to show that it is not the smallest unit? You try to break it. Right? When you try to break it, what will happen? You will get something like this and this. So it just lost its existence. To test whether something, anything that is given to you is smallest unit or not, you try to break it. Understand? When you try to break it, if it loses its existence, then you can say that this is the smallest unit. So in this case, we saw this. You cannot call it per. You cannot call it anything. Right? And therefore, that is the smallest unit. So that is the third point to know. Smallest unit of a language. So, now what is the definition of a phoneme? We can say definition of a phoneme, putting these 3 points together, we can say. How will you say? A phoneme is a phoneme is the smallest unit of a language. This is important. A language belongs to a language. For a language, the function of which is, or you can say and, better that is easier, and its function is to show differences between utterances. Utterance means words, spoken word. Understand that? So 3 things. 3 points to remember when you define a phoneme. Okay? Phonemes belong to, it is the smallest unit, 1. Second, it is of a language that belongs to a language. Or we have seen language specific. There is somewhere address written there, language specific. And its function is to show difference. These are the 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. When you put these points together, there is a simple definition of the phoneme. There are no scholarly definitions. Almost the same meaning is the same. Charles Hockett, Gleason's definition, Daniel Jones' definition, Ladford's definition. So you have got many definitions like this, which we will see tomorrow, and that those definitions that's meant for more what is called specialized purposes. For example, for postgraduate students. On graduate level, those definitions are not required. That will really complicate things because most philosophical definitions. Yeah. So this is the simple definition and explanation of a phoneme. So you will get questions like this from this section. What define a phoneme? A phoneme is the smallest sound unit of a language. Smallest unit or sound unit. Sound unit of a language, and its function is to show differences between words or differences between utterances. I think it is clear for you today. So we have now entered into another area called phonology. Phonology. This is phonology. So what is phonology? The study of the sounds of a language. That is phonology. What is phonetics? Phonetics is the study of speech sounds. It need not belong to any language. Understand? Phonetics is the study of speech sounds. Phonology is the study of the speech sounds of a particular language. Their organization, how are they used, how are they grouped. These are the things that we are going to study in phonology. So we have started, we have said goodbye to phonetics. Now we have come into phonology. That is, now we are going to concentrate on the phonology of English. How English chooses these words. How English makes use of it. How English groups these sounds. What are the different clusters of sounds possible? There are certain clusters are impossible, etc. that we will see. What is meant by accent? What is meant by intonation? See? What is meant by elision? What is similitude? What is strong form? What is weak form? Etc. We will see. That will be the subject matter of English phonology. So we have left that area of phonetics. Now we have come to the new country, and that new country is phonology. That is phonology of English. And there the first topic is phoneme. What is a phoneme? What is its function? Understand? What about its physical shape? Smallest unit. Does it belong to any place? It belongs to a particular language. So language specific. What is its function? Its function is to show difference between words. Understand? That is, Saussure. You have heard of the famous linguist Ferdinand de Saussure. He has said that there is nothing in language except differences. Except from there began structuralism, and after post-structuralism, all those things started from this statement. This one statement. In language, there is no substance, only difference. One moment I will just explain that to you. When you say orange, O-R-A-N-G, see? And when you say grapes, can you see grapes here? No. Can you see orange here? No. No substance. Can you take and eat? No substance. No. Then why orange is different from grapes? Because there is difference. Orange is different from grapes. And grapes is different from orange. The word, a simple explanation of what we call meaning from structure. Understand? Meaning is generated by structures, difference in structures, structureless. Okay, all those things we will see later. I think it's clear, you know what is phoneme. Phoneme is the smallest sound unit of a language. Its function is to show difference between words. Phonemes are in contrastive relationship. So we say, and they are language specific. Alright? I hope I have made things clear to you. If you have doubt, of course you can ask me. Always I am available 24/7. You can contact me. Alright? So till we meet again, bye.